chom. Claro que si yo respondo gato matón. Otra vez seguir pregunta a coma. Papi, después de todo.
So when I first thought of coming to Mongolia, I thought I was going to produce some content because that's what I've done for a long time, and that's kind of my main skill set. And I thought that's going to be the best way of discovering this country is grab some gear, come play with some video, just kind of practice my skill set again, because I've been directing people for so long that I haven't actually grabbed a camera myself and done the audio myself and do the whole thing and editing and all of that. I know how to do all of those things, but I'm not an expert in all of those things. I'm an expert in managing crews and like taking a project from A to Z and developing content for sure. That's my skill set. But it's another thing to just do everything all of a sudden on your own. And I've always been very wary of like being on people's faces. I know that's like the new culture now is everybody has a camera, YouTubers, it's like, you know, selfie cameras everywhere on people. But I'm a little bit of an slightly older generation, and it feels a little bit strange for me personally to always have a camera on somebody. So I need to build a trust relationship before I do that. So anyways, I wanted to test myself and go through those things, trying to produce some content. I quickly focused my idea on girls and on women because doing my research on Mongolia, I stumbled upon the trailer of this documentary film. It's called The Eagle Huntress, and it's about a little girl in Western Mongolia. She's from the Kazakh ethnicity, which is one of the many ethnicities in Mongolia. They live in the west of Mongolia, and they're from Kazakhstan originally. And they hunt with eagles. It's not that they hunt eagles, they train eagles to hunt animals for them. So some guy did this film about the story of this girl and how she succeeded in this practice that has been predominantly done by guys over the years. And the film was a success in North America. But as I was researching it, I discovered this crazy amount of controversy and lots of issues with the film. I won't get into all the details of it, but one thing that's for sure is that the marketing team for the film decided to distribute this film and distribute the story. And of course, whenever you release a film, you have like your one pager with a paragraph that describes what the film's about. And there was some words there that were really contentious, because they were saying in a misogynist country like Mongolia, where girls don't have a lot of opportunity, there is this young little girl that succeeds at what she wants. And I was interested in that because the controversy was around the fact that women in Mongolia are actually really strong and that women in Mongolia have a really good place in society. So it's not a misogynist country by the standards of what we would think. Of course, girls and women need help all over the world. I am not saying that that's not the case here. Of course, girls still need support like everywhere else, but it's not like, our kind of like foreigner approach of like, oh, in every developing country, just girls have such a bad place in society that we need to help them. So that was interesting to me. I just observed the controversy. I got in touch with some of the people who were dealing with the controversy directly, who were kind of like researching and doing activism around it. And I was like, it's super interesting to me. I want to learn about Mongolian women. I want to meet Mongolian women, and I want to see whether this is actually true or not. All that to say that, once I arrived to Mongolia, I realized that regardless of the content I want to produce, it was very important to me to just be here, to actually learn and share with these people. And whatever story I want to tell eventually, to tell it from the ground up, from a place of knowledge, from a place of respect and appreciation for the experience that I've been having, which is very different than when you research a show and you just kind of structure it before and you say, okay, this is what I want to say. So then you find the people that are going to give you the content. And so I decided that this experience of me being in Mongolia for this much time was going to be almost like a research trip, but not for the production, for myself. I wanted to know what Mongolia is about. I have this huge, inexplicable, I cannot tell you why I have this connection with Mongolia, but I have it. It's strong and it's there, and I wanted to know why. So I have not posted anything on social media. I've kept this experience for myself until now, and I'm doing this little video because I wanted to tell you and give you a little update on what's going on why that's the case. So am I still going to produce something? Yes, for sure. I want to say that I want to take it a step further and find a model where I can share with you guys, an audience that would be interested in my experience, the stories of the people and the places and the things that I experience in this place. But for us, to be able to give back. And what I mean by that is that I would love to be able to produce videos that have an impact on the people that I am talking about. So for example, in Mongolia, I live with a family where there's a 9-year-old girl that's going to school, and the second language that they teach in that school is German. I thought, how cool would it be that through my work and through my community, I could connect this little girl with some other little girl in Germany, or somebody who speaks German in a different country, who can maybe become a pen pal friends with her. Maybe they could do like a monthly exchange by email or by phone or by Facebook, I don't know, and then connect so that she can learn some German. Maybe the German girl can learn a little bit about Mongolia, and later on in life, when they're 18, maybe they can become friends, and suddenly both of these little girls' lives have been changed because they have a friend from a different culture, from a different place that they can connect with. So that's where I want to take this community of Patreon to. I want this community to be beyond the money and the contribution. So very clearly how the contribution is going to work is that you make a monthly contribution, and 50% of that is going to go to supporting the production of the content that you will watch, so the videos that I will make. But the other 50% is going to go to a fund. And you and I will decide together periodically where to put that money to. So think of it as sometimes when you make a donation to sponsor a child in Africa or some sort of World Vision project, usually you get maybe a card or two a year to thank you for your contribution. And that is absolutely wonderful. All those projects I have lots of respect for. But this would be a more direct thing. You would be more in direct contact with the people that I am dealing with. If outside of my project you decide that there is some way that you can contribute to this person's life, then it's going to be awesome. You can do it directly because you'll have their contact and you can start a relationship. So that's my hope. My hope is that this project is going to bring people together, and I'm just going to be the vehicle.